All right, homies, episode 10, Out of the Park Baseball 18. We are back after about a week or so with your Miami Marlins. So, there are a few things that I would like to address before going on in this video. So, the first one, as you can see, we ended the last video, I believe, at the start of free agency, and for whatever reason, I lost the footage of the rest of the offseason. So, I'm going to try to recap the best that I can by just looking at our transaction log and showing you guys what I did with guys I signed, because I don't know what happened to the footage, but I was looking on my computer and it's nowhere to be found. So I don't know if I accidentally deleted it or something, but it's not there anymore. So we're just going to take a look at the major transactions log here in a bit. But another thing, a question that I see a lot, and it's a good question, is how do I get like all of my rosters showing up? So if I go to here, a lot of people say that they like only have like maybe 4 of these or something, whereas I have like a ton of them. So I'm pretty sure that's because of my resolution. So not game settings, I want settings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's because of my resolution, like my window size. So if you take a look here, my window size is maximum, so I'm assuming that's why. I imagine if I went down to like a maybe 1280 by 720 or one of these lower options, I imagine that I wouldn't get all of those boxes, but I'm pretty sure that's why I have 9 spots for my different minor league and major league rosters and like the 40-man and all that. I'm pretty sure that's why. So hopefully that helps. That way you guys know that when I take a look at this roster screen, I have 9 of these, where you guys might have like a little less. So that's another thing. Another thing I wanted to address was a question. So I couldn't really do this in the past with prior OOTP franchises, but my computer, I suck a lot of money into it a few months before OOTP came out. So if you guys want to see me like maybe live stream OOTP, not necessarily this franchise, but maybe just another franchise that we can start that can be just like stream exclusive or whatever, and I can upload like highlights or whatever to the channel, just let me know if you'd be interested in that, just watching live streams of Out of the Park Baseball 18. I would definitely love to do that if there is interest there. And the final thing, I just wanted to say thank you for the support. Yeah, I get notifications for comments, and I see that people say, "Oh, are you done with this?" or "Oh, upload more OTP." And obviously, I know you guys mean it in like a nice way because you guys really enjoy this series. So like if I go like a week without uploading any videos, like it's okay. Sometimes things in my personal life take precedence over uploading Out of the Park Baseball to my YouTube channel. So I'm not done with it. I'm going to keep this going. I said the goal was at least 10 years, if not longer. So, I mean, I'm going to keep this going. Don't worry about it. But sometimes just there's a lot of things going on in my personal life that drag me away from uploading, unfortunately. But having said that, it is Wednesday, January 9th. So I said I was going to take a look at our major transactions log. So let's go back to November. So we did get all those minor league guys back that we wanted. And we got the arbitration guys back. So the major guys, you see, Rowdy Tellez, we gave him, his contract was automatically renewed. Johnson's contract was automatically renewed. We lost Casimir, he became a free agent. Ziegler became a free agent. Leisman got a 1-year contract for $1.34 million. Tazawa became a free agent. We got Whitgren back. We got Eric Fetty back. We got Christian Adams back. Caleb Dirks, Brandon Cunningham, JT Riddle, Josimar Despain, Stephen Fief, Dwight Smith Jr., who I imagine will get some major league time this year, which will be nice. Rob Refsnyder, Drew Steckenrider, Nick Birdie, Justin Nicolino, Dylan Peters, Tyler Beach, Sean Reed Foley, Destin Hood, Ryan Jackson, all came back. So that's good. We definitely have some depth. And now moving to December, that's when we started like really doing stuff. So in terms of my coaching staff, I signed bench coach Tom Foley to a 3-year, $206,000 per year contract. My pitching coach is John Garland. You guys might remember him. He pitched for the White Sox a while back. He signed a 1-year, $138,000 contract. And I signed Mark Teixeira to be my hitting coach. So I'm not really too sure what the coaches are like in this game. I know you can just basically go to, like, you can put the game in commissioner mode. You can take a look at the ratings if you really wanted to. But I'm going to try not to do that as much as, it would be nice. I'm going to just try not to do that and maybe just find, like, some diamonds in the rough. So who knows? Maybe Teixeira becomes a really good hitting coach. But as of right now, if we take a look at his page, he's unproven, and that's what Garland is too. So we'll just have to see if he turns out to be a good addition for us. And if not, we only have him for a year, so no harm done. We signed Greg Holland to a 1-year contract worth $1.4 million. Hopefully he can stabilize the bullpen. We placed him on the active roster. We signed Kevin Gossman to a 2-year deal worth $5.56 million. So rotation presence, hopefully he can be a steady presence in the rotation. You see he's started, if we go actually to his player page, he's been he's been pretty consistent the past 3 years. He started at least 30 games. So if nothing else, he can be a steady presence in that rotation. If nothing else, we can kick him to the bullpen, and I'm sure he'd be fine there. We got another bullpen arm, Aaron Loop, formerly of the Toronto Blue Jays, 31 years old. We got him 1 year, 1.1 mil. And we signed free agent center fielder Denny Almonte for a 1-year contract worth $730,000. So this guy was in the independent leagues, as you see. He actually was with the Marlins back in the day. See, he was with the Jacksonville Suns back in 2013, but he never really panned out. So he ended up going to play in the independent league starting in 2014 all the way up to 2018. I'm pretty sure that's, I was going to say that's Sonoma, but I don't know who that is. But you see, he actually is from Miami, Florida. He's 30 years old now. I mainly signed him just because of his defense. He's, really good defensively. He can play all 3 outfield positions. So I decided to pick him up for a cheap contract, less than $1 million, and we placed all of them on the active roster. And then moving to January, the other guy I was trying to get in free agency was Raul Alcantara. He was with Oakland for a while. Then he bounced over to the Minnesota Twins. And now we have him. I just want to see, because this guy did have potential at one point. I just want to see maybe if he can maybe turn out like he was supposed to. He's only 26 years old, so maybe he puts it all together with us. I mean, last year in limited time with the Twins, he did all right. He did really good in the minors, but the year before 2017 did not go very well for him, at least with Minnesota. Oakland, it seemed to... Well, actually, no, he only played in 2 games, so I can't really say that. But, see, he isn't one to make waves in the clubhouse. Defensively, he's but, he's got some intriguing ratings here, so I think we're going to probably put this guy into the rotation and just see what we can do. He still has 2 more years of team control. You see, he has 5 more years of team control. You see, he's signed through 2021 because of arbitration, but you see, he's 2019 right now. So we're going to have this guy for, at least a year or 2. So hopefully he proves to be a good addition. At least I'm hoping so. Maybe he'll put it all together with us. Who knows? But it is, as I said, Wednesday, January 9th. So Hall of Fame voting, and I submit my ballot. I don't remember who I chose, but I guess we'll find out because it is January 9th. So I think the Hall of Famers are announced in about a week or so. So, and yeah, here you go. Contract signed for Alcantara. Now, there is one thing I wanted to take a look at, and that is the minor league system rankings. I think they're here. Yeah, there they are. So the Marlins are... So we are 12th right now. We are headlined by Vlad Guerrero Jr., who's the 22nd ranked prospect in all of baseball, Braxton Garrett, Sean Reed Foley, and who is this? That's that Edward Cabrera guy that we've had in our system for a while. He's only 20 years old, but it doesn't seem like he's ever going to amount to much now. I'm trying to see the first ranked prospect. So it's Duran Kendall of the Cincinnati Reds. Now he was picked 2nd overall in that 2017 draft class. Seems like he's developing quite nicely. He had his first stint in the majors last year, and he slashed 238, 310, 322, OPS at 632. But he's only 22 years old, and I guess he's going to turn out to be pretty good. I want to see, so OSA and our head scout, who I'm pretty sure it's Theo still. I don't know. That might be another franchise. I think I got to check. Can't remember who my, where is it? Personnel. Yeah, so Theo Epstein, yeah. So Theo likes him, which I suppose is good. Now, go back to top systems. Let me just see here. So Fado, so this was a guy that was also picked in 2017. He's now the Rays' number 1 prospect. He's ranked number 2 in the league. Yeah, Alex Fado. I just want to see here, who is this guy? So this is Yusniel Diaz. I want to see anyone else that was from that 2017 draft class, how they're doing. Stallmont was not one of them. Brendan Rodgers, I know he wasn't. I just want to see how he's developing, because I know in some saves this guy really turns out to be a stud. It seems like he's developing nicely, so I have to keep an eye on him. Moniak is the Phillies' only top 100 prospect. That's a little concerning. How did they do last year? I'm kind of interested. So Crawford did well, which is good. Wow. So they had a really good offense last year. They have Jonathan Scope, apparently. They have Herrera. Cousins hit 42 dingers at 271. Wow. Turns out to be really good. Nick Williams did solid. That was, I imagine, his first time? Yeah, that was his first time in the big leagues, and he had almost 300 in his debut season. Tommy Joseph still there. He had 36 home runs. Wow. Jorge Alfaro almost hit 20. Their minor league system did well. Okay. What was their record? And they finished 80 and 82. So I guess pitching was a problem. Yeah. Yes, so it's Sessa and Jake Thompson didn't help out the cause. The bullpen seems to be a little iffy, so that's why they did good. But as you see here, we were 64-98 last year, so hopefully we do better. I believe our goal this year is to play close to 500 ball. But having said that, I think I'm going to simulate up until the Hall of Famers get announced, and then we will simulate up to spring training, and go from there. All right, so we're back, and I actually just saw that this reliever, Brock, I'm not really too sure how to pronounce his last name. He signed with the Red Sox, and it's actually pretty cool. So I'm actually so for those of you that don't know, I go to a community college right now. I'm in my second year, so I have to transfer after this year, and I'm actually going to go to the same university, the same college that this guy went to. I'm going to go to Monmouth University, so I'm looking forward to that, and it's pretty cool just looking through some of the alumni that the school produced. It's pretty interesting. But having said that, Hall of Fame voting results, Mariano Rivera was the only one that got in this year. First year on the ballot, he got 93.9% of the vote. Barry Bonds, it seems like he's going to get in. He needs 0.2% more. Clement, it seems like he'll probably get in. Halladay will definitely get in at some point, if not next year, then definitely the following year. Guerrero will definitely get in. Tomey, I imagine he'll get in, although it looks like he'll probably get in a little later. Hilton got 57.8% of the vote in his first year on the ballot. Moose got 52% in his sixth year, so that's a little iffy. Edgar Martinez got dropped. Anyone else? Schilling's at 35%, so he won't get in. Manny has 26.9% in his third year. So Sammy Sosa's at 8.8% in his seventh year, so he's not getting in. Let's see. Moyer got 8.2%. I know I voted for him. Let's see who got dropped. So Fred McGriff got dropped. Damon, Andrew Jones, Scott Rowland, Omar Vizquel, Julio Franco, Juan Pierre, Jeff Facero, Ryan Dempster, Freddie Garcia, Vernon Wells. It's crazy seeing like some of these names. Like these were the players that I grew up watching, like when I was like in elementary and middle school, and now like they're on the Hall of Fame ballot. It's always, I don't know, that's just really crazy to me. Like I'm starting to reach that age where like athletes are younger than me. Like Connor McDavid, for example. Like we're both the same age, and he just had a 100-point season in the NHL, and his team's in the playoffs. Like it's just crazy to me. I know as I get older, it's gonna get even worse. You're gonna have these stud athletes coming in at 19, and I'm going to be like in my 30s. It's like, oh, wow, where did the time go? But I think what I'm going to do is just simulate up to spring training, like I said, because I'm pretty sure there's nothing else I need to worry about. Yeah, so preseason begins February 1st. Spring training begins a month later. So yeah, I'm just going to simulate up until March 1st. We can set the lineups and stuff, and then go from there. All right, so we're here at the start of spring training. I actually just lost the first game 6-9. Nice. That's a nice score, I think. But I know a lot of you, were saying you should definitely check the free agent market, especially towards the start of spring training, because those guys that really want like outrageous contract demands, they usually lower it when it comes to spring training. And I don't know, like I knew that, but I just didn't want it to seem like cheap. Like I didn't want to start signing a bunch of solid players for cheap. I don't know if like that, cheating is not the right word, but I don't know. I didn't know if you guys would like that. I didn't know if that would be like the best idea, but I decided to just take a look this year, and I did get one guy now. I got Jose Iglesias because actually if we put him on the roster, we do kind of need a shortstop. Nothing against Amarista, but I think he's better suited for a utility role, Mighty Mouse. So I got Jose Iglesias. I think he could be definitely a nice guy to have at shortstop. So we're gonna have Iglesias at short, and I guess I don't know. So I still have to set this lineup up, but I'm trying to see. So Refsnyder can back up at second. Rojas can back up at first, I suppose. Sure, why not? And then Amarista can back up at third and short. Now, I'm pretty sure, Adams doesn't really have a spot on this team right now, so can't really have him. Let me see. Destin Hood doesn't really have a spot, so as of right now, we are going to have Reese McGuire as the catcher. And actually, hold on. Let me just cut out real quick so I can set up this lineup, and then that way that's all good to go. All right, so I figured everything out. So the one problem you're going to see with this team is that we are very, very left-handed heavy. You have one guy who bats from the right side of the plate on this team, and that's Jose Iglesias. But everyone else is a left-handed hitter. So that's definitely, and it's been that way for a while now, but I'm not trying to say that, we're just encountering this problem, but still, it's definitely not ideal. But having said that, our lineup as of right now is going to be JT Riddle leading off. He'll be playing third. Jose Iglesias at short. Leonis Martin, in center. Rowdy Tellez, the guy who had 42 home runs last year, will be at first in the cleanup spot. Dwight Smith Jr. being left field, batting fifth. Reese McGuire, the catcher, batting sixth. Micah Johnson, the second baseman, batting seventh. And Casey Soltis, our right fielder, He will be batting 8th. Now, Maldonado will be our backup catcher. Miguel Rojas will be our backup first baseman. Ref Snyder will be our backup second baseman. Amarista will have kind of a utility role. And Denny Almonte will be our backup outfielder. Now, moving to the pitching staff, we're going to have a staff of Wheeler, Smiley, Gossman, Fetty, and Alcantara. And our bullpen right now, Lou, Holland, and Dirks will be our stoppers. Conniff, Cervenka, and Whitgren will be our middle relief guys, and I'm still trying to figure out who I want that last middle relief guy to be. Right now, there's a bunch of names. There's Despain, Steckenrider, Bede, Birdie, Not Reed Foley, Peters, and Nicolino. They are all in the mix for that final middle relief spot, so I'll just have to see who I feel most comfortable with at the end of spring training. And having said that, I'm going to now simulate to the end of spring training. Hopefully there's no injuries. That would be perfect. But I'm going to simulate to the end of spring training, and we will reconvene and go from there. All right, so we are here. It is the start of the regular season. So spring training did not go very well. I think we won 7 or 8 games overall, so did not go very well. Taking a look at the top 100 prospects list, we do not have any of them. Your top 10 are Seth Beer, Fernando Perez, Alex Fado, Trent Clark, AJ Puck, Ian Anderson, Kevin Maiton, Juan San Miguel, Yusniel Diaz, and Manny Sanchez. So we still don't have a top 10 prospect. We will take a look at the preseason predictions in a second. So our goal this year is to stay close to an even record. I don't know if that'll happen. So injuries. Dwight Smith Jr. got injured yet again, unfortunately. So he's going to be out for it's uncertain. So he got injury, you see, on March 16th with a strained hamstring, and he's still not good to go. And now you say his injury proneness is fragile. So that's it's not very good. I really had high expectations for this guy, and it seems like he's never going to live up to that. But taking a look at here we go, spring coverage. It's perfect. So we went 8-20. That was the second worst spring training mark in the entire league. And I'm trying to look here. So it looks like the Indians were the only team that was worse than us. So it's not a good start to the season. If we go to the team home screen, you see Denny Almonte, he's day-to-day for 4 days. Alcantara is day-to-day for 6 weeks. Ryan Jackson, he's going to be out for 1 week, but I put him on the 60-day DL because I accidentally clicked 60 days. Miguel Rojas, he's day-to-day for 1 to 2 weeks. Dwight Smith Jr., he's unknown. And if that's not enough, Jose Iglesias is going to be suspended for the first 4 games for I don't even know what reason. So not the best start to the season for your Miami Marlins. But on the bright side, maybe the preseason predictions will kind of be nice to us. I doubt it. Nope. So we're supposed to go 60-102, finish 35 games back in the NL East. We are supposed to hit a team 244, score 601 runs. That looks to be the lowest mark in the league. Yes, it is by a long shot. We're supposed to hit 244, hit 110 home runs, and I imagine Tellez is going to account for probably 40 of those. Steal 77 bases. Our pitching staff is supposed to let up 804 runs, have a 4.74 ERA, strike out just under 1,200 guys, and walk 565. So we are not supposed to have any of the top 10 hitters, not surprisingly, and we're not supposed to have any of the top 10 pitchers. So not been the best start to this franchise for your boy, but it can only go up from here, I suppose. I mean, taking over this, I knew that this was going to take a while. I was kind of hoping we were going to start showing progress a couple of years in. This is the 3rd season, but I guess not. So now it is time for opening day, and I guess I'll just simulate up ahead to the... Well, actually, no, because now I've started just playing the opening day game, so I think I'll just play this opening day game, but I need to fix the lineup first. So Tellez needs to get in there first. Ref Snyder can back up at first for right now, not that it matters all that much. And left field, so we need a left fielder. Well, actually, I need to fix the roster first. Yeah, whoops. So let's sort by position. So Fief is not staying here, definitely not. Who else? Despain, he can go down to AAA. Tyler Bede. Actually, let me just look at here. It's gonna be easier. Who else? Reed Foley can go down. Now, where did he pitch last year? I forget. So he was at AAA. I want to send him down to start the season at AA and just go from there. He probably won't stay there for all that long. Steckenrider, that control really scares me, and he has 2 pitches. Leisman, I doubt he's staying up here, yeah. So he'll be rotation depth, if nothing else. So Leisman can go down to AAA. right, so Peters, maybe. Maybe, would Nicolino be a better option here? I don't know. It's between. I don't want to keep Birdie up. Although his control too sucks. Maybe all right. I think I'm gonna start with Bede, send the other guys down. So let me just do that and that. So I'll send Steckenrider down. Where was he last year? So he was with us. So I'm gonna send him back down to AAA. Hopefully iron out the kinks. Dick Birdie, I'm going to send him back down to AAA. Dylan Peters, I'm going to send him down to AAA. And Nicolino, I'm going to send down to AAA. And he is out of option here, so we have to waive and DFA Mr. Nicolino. So we have to... Okay, so that's perfect. So now we have all these guys here. So I think I'm going to start with... Yeah, so I'll put Amarista in left field just for right now. And then Adams can back up at second, third, and short. Okay, so he can... Yeah, so he can back up at third and short. Now, Amarista, I'm going to put him behind McGuire. I'll actually put him in like 7, I guess. Now we're going to copy that, copy the depth chart, and then paste it right here. So paste, 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 paste. We really need to get some right-handed hitters in this lineup. We need some pitching too. But this team needs a lot of things. 3 years in, we still don't really have a lot, which kind of sucks, but... oh well, so delete that. Now we're going to play this game here against the Philadelphia Phillies, going up against Aaron Nola. Let's see how he developed. Let's see. Why is that not good to go? Who am I missing? Third base, second base. I'm missing a shortstop. Haha. I need to do my shortstop. That's right. Because Iglesias is suspended. Right. All right, so I guess Adams is going to get the start. Ugh, God, this team is awful. So he is going to be batting 8th. And then we just move everyone up a spot, I suppose. Actually, I'll put Johnson second, I guess. Oh, my goodness. This lineup is horrible. This lineup is terrible. Okay, we'll put Amarista ahead of Soltis. And, okay, sure, why not? And then just copy the lineup. And we're going to paste that lineup, sure. Okay, so play the game. The game was postponed. Sure, okay, why not? I try to play opening day, and the game gets postponed. That's awesome. So now we have to simulate up until tomorrow to play this game. So now we can play it. So play the game at Philadelphia. We'll play the first game, obviously, against Aaron Nola. And Nola seems to have developed quite nicely. He has not developed that well in my personal franchise, but oh well. So your lineup on opening day is awful. JT Riddle, Micah Johnson, Leonis Martin, Rowdy Tellez, Reese McGuire, Alexi Amarista, Casey Soltis, Christian Adams, and Zach Wheeler. So let me just make sure the sound is off. Where's game sound? Disabled. Okay, so start the game. And before we go, let me just check to see how long this video has been going on for. All right, I think this is probably one of the last things I'm going to do. I might simulate up ahead like 1 month. But aside from that, I think this is probably going to be one of the last things. This video is getting a little long. So let's see here. Let's just go half inning by half inning first. So nothing going in the first or the second inning for both teams. And the Phillies score 3 runs in the bottom of the third. Kind of bittersweet. Obviously, I want to see the Phillies do well, though not right now. I like the advertisements around this team. Car renting, newspaper. I love that. This is awesome. I love the 3D in this game. It's so much better than last year. Like, this looks so good. I love it. All right, so right now we're at the top of the 5th, and we are getting shut out. Wheeler is at 58 pitches, so he's okay. So we get 1 there in the top of the 6th inning. Wheeler's at 73, so I think it's probably going to be his last inning. Yeah, because... All right, let's just go batter by batter. I want to get up a relief pitcher here, not Philadelphia. I'm so used to clicking Philadelphia. I need middle... All right, no, I need relievers so we can warm up. I suppose... What inning is it going to be? Let's warm up Aaron Loop, I suppose. Why not? So let's just go batter by batter here real quick. So here's Amarista, 1 for 2, and he hits it over to the right side of the infield, and he grounds out to the first baseman, Marrero. Okay, that's a name. And there's the first out of the inning. Now here is Soltis, and he hits that one deep to right center field off the top of the wall, and Soltis is going to pull into second with a double. So there that could possibly make this a one-run game if we can get him around. Now here is Christian Adams. Oh, well, that's great. So 0-0 count to Adams, and he's going to line that into right field for a base hit, but Soltis is going to stop at third base. And yeah, now we definitely need to get a pinch hitter up. So wait, who's pitching? Is it still Nola? So Nola's pitching. Let's get my batters here. All right. No, not Philadelphia, you idiot. Let's put in Ref Snyder. Why not? No. Whoops. Well, maybe I wanted Ref Snyder to pitch. This game doesn't know that. So Ref Snyder. Okay. So hopefully Ref Snyder can keep this inning alive for us. 2-2 count to Ref Snyder, and he strikes out. Perfect. Nice job, buddy. Good job. Good job. At least now the lineup flips over. So JT Riddle up at the plate. Full count, and called Stroud, so I guess maybe he was thinking about stealing. I don't know. So at least Adams will be off here, and that is hit to the right side of the infield, but right to Marrero. So we are not able to score any runs there, unfortunately. So let's put in Aaron Loop now, get him his one inning of work. Hopefully this goes well. Can he get through like one inning for me? Yes, he does. So now we need to get up another relief pitcher. Let's get up maybe Tyler Beede. Let's get up Tyler Beede. Okay. So let's see. Can we get anything going here? Full count to Micah Johnson, who's gone 1 for 3, and he strikes out swinging. So now Brad Boxberger in the game for the Phillies. Leonis Martin up at the plate. It's probably going to be our best chance, and he hits one to the right side of the infield over to Marrero, who passes it over to Boxberger for the second out of the inning. Now here is our cleanup hitter, Rowdy Tellez, who is, 1 for 3 today. All right. Now here's the 3-2 pitch to Tellez, and he draws a walk. So now that's a good base runner. Reese McGuire up at the dish, and he hits one out to right field. Does it have enough? No. He flew out to Dylan Cousins at the warning track. So close to a home run. You have to figure maybe in July that ball goes out, but not here in the early month of April. Wind blowing out to left at 17 miles per hour. That didn't help it either. So, unfortunately, we almost tied the game up there, courtesy of Reese McGuire, but it just was not in the cards. So, now we're here in the bottom of the 8th. We're going to put in Tyler Beede. Half inning. All right, so Tyler Beede gets us through that 8th inning unscathed. So, now top of the 9th, we have our 6, 7, 8 hitters. Not really who you want up here in a situation like this, but... Oh, well, so here's Alexi Amarista, 0-1 count, and he hits it over to the third baseman, Franco, passes it over to Marrero, and that is the first out of the inning. So, Marlins down to their final 2 outs. Here's Casey Soltis. And he hits one over to, it goes past J.P. Crawford, so that is a single. So the Marlins showing some life. Now here's Christian Adams, who represents the tying run. Full count to Adams, and he strikes out swinging. Now we need to put it in a pinch hitter, and not Philadelphia. Stop doing that. Not a lot of options here. I guess Destin Hood. Why not? Why do I keep doing that? So Destin Hood is going to be our pinch hitter. Marlins down to their final out here on opening day at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. 1-2 count to Hood, and he strikes out swinging. Boxberger gets the save. He pitches 2 innings in relief. And your Marlins drop opening day to the Phillies. Final score 3-1. So did we hit any home runs? No, so we manufactured a run. We did not have any home runs. Did they have any home runs? No, it doesn't look like it. No, okay. So... Wheeler, in his opening day start, went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks on 85 pitches. Aaron Loop and Tyler Beede, they each allowed 2 hits and a walk, but they still managed to get through their inning without allowing a run, which is good. The play of the game is Aaron and Nola, and that is that. So I'm going to simulate up until the end of April. Hopefully this team is not completely garbage, and hopefully I have some positive things to say when we get back. Okay, so it is Friday, May 3rd. We just completed a series against the New York Mets. The third game got postponed, but we lost the first 2 games. So your Miami Marlins are 8-12, so not awful, right? That's a solid start to the season, I suppose, given the circumstances. Leonis Martin, he got injured, so he's going to be out for who knows how long. We did get Dwight Smith Jr. back, though, which is good. He's currently starting in center field, and he's off to a really nice start. In 30 at-bats, he's slashing .342, .405, .658. Taking a look at the NL rankings, just base statistics, we were 12th in runs scored, not surprising. 4th in batting average, 8th in OBP, tied for 10th in home runs, tied for 8th in stolen bases, 3rd in runs against, 13th in starters ERA, so our starting pitching is really letting us down. But the bullpen is not doing all that bad, and we're really good defensively, which is nice to see. So taking a look at the lineup, sorting by OPS, So Miguel Rojas, he doesn't really count. So Dwight Smith Jr., as I mentioned, he's OPSing over 1,000 to start the season, a 186 OPS plus. He has 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He has 4 strikeouts to 3 walks in, as I mentioned, those 38 at-bats. He started 9 games since coming off of the disabled list. Casey Soltis has been a nice surprise. Now, he's not going to keep this up. You see his BABIP is at 442. So he's going to start regressing here pretty soon. But as of right now, the production is nice. He's flashing 356, 422, 616 with 3 home runs. Rowdy Tellez with a 367 BABIP has an OPS plus of 178. He's OPSing over 1,000, a 351 batting average, 438 OBP, 584 slugging. He's leading the teams in a home run with 5, which is to be expected. 13 RBIs. He scored 11 runs, 12 strikeouts, 9 walks. Micah Johnson, this is about what you'd expect out of him, a 253, 323, 386 slash line. Jose Iglesias, I mainly have him for his glove, but he's still hitting 276 and getting on base at a 323 clip for me, so I can't be too upset about that. JT Riddle is off to a very slow start. Remember last year's debut season, he slashed 281, 318, 390. This year, though, it's not going as smoothly for him, although his BABIP is at 215, so he should kind of even out as the season progresses. This hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. Same thing with Reese McGuire. His BABIP is a little lower, so I'm kind of expecting more out of him, but as of right now, he's slashing 230, 351, 230. And wow, that is awful. Lexi Amarista is not doing all that well, and then the rest of these guys are just backups. So taking a look at the pitching staff, as we said, the starters were not really holding their weight. See, Wheeler's off to a rough start, Smiley's off to a rough start, Gossman's off to a rough start. Alcantara, given the circumstances, once again, I guess he's doing all right. He's pitched 16 innings in 4 games, so he's only averaging like 4 innings a start, though. That's probably not that good. Yeah, so you see he went 6 innings in his first start. He went 7 innings in that start, but then he only went 2 2/3. He went just 2/3 there, and I guess he got pulled. I don't know. So that's that. But Eric Fetty is doing all right, considering. Our bullpen, though, is, you saw we were first in bullpen ERA, so Holland is having a nice start to the season, as is Dirks. In fact, the only member of this bullpen that really isn't doing all that well is Cuniff, but I kind of imagine that he'll do all right as time goes on. Yeah, his BABIP is up in the 420s, so I imagine he'll do better as the season progresses. At least I imagine so. I mean, his ratings kind of would lead me to believe that he'll do a little better as we get through. But your Marlins 8-12, 4th in the NL East, so not too bad. And this is where I'm going to end episode number 10. Be sure to just leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and I will be back soon with episode number 11. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.